Hello, hello. This is Critics Corner
Hey.
with Daniel and
Emily, that's me. Okay, so welcome to the show. This is our first time out on the internet. We're really excited and really nervous, so give us a break if we're terrible.
we're also trying out a new format this week. So hopefully it'll be better than it was before and that we don't look stupid doing it.
Sounds stupid. This is radio. Ha ha ha.
Shut it. All right.
Hey now.
So I guess we should just go ahead and tell you that we're doing Moneyball this week.
Rated PG-13 for strong language.
Okay, yeah, I forgot we're gonna do
Which
that.
I didn't think it was that offensive.
There were a couple F words.
Okay, well, if you're hypersensitive, don't go see it. But the summary.
Yes, go.
Okay. It's about baseball. It tells the story of the Oakland Athletics general manager, Billy Beane, played by Brad Pitt, as he and his inexperienced assistant general manager, Peter Brand, played by Jonah Hill, attempt to use a new, purely statistics-based approach to evaluating talent and playing the game, and that's known as sabermetrics, in order to compete with richer teams like the New York Yankees. Anything to add to that?
Nope.
Nope.
Alright, so I guess we'll go on with the trailer.
Here's a
Keep
trailer.
in mind, this is the theatrical trailer. So has video with it, not made for radio. We apologize, but that's all there is. And we do what we can with what we got. So here it is.
There are rich teams, and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of crap. And then there's us.
That's $1, man. Well, welcome to Oakland.
I need more money.
We're not New York. Find players with the money that we do have.
I like Perez.
Got an ugly girlfriend. Ugly girlfriend means no confidence.
You guys are talking the same old nonsense like we're looking for Fabio. We got to think different.
Who's Fabio?
Your goal shouldn't be to buy players. Your goal should be to buy wins. And in order to buy wins, you need to buy runs.
Who are you?
I'm Peter Brand.
First job in baseball?
It's my first job anywhere.
We're gonna shake things up. Why don't you walk me through the board?
I believe there's a championship team that we could afford because everyone else undervalues them, like an island of misfit toys.
We want you at first base. I've only ever played catcher. It's not that hard, Scott. Tell him what.
It's incredibly hard.
He can't throw. So what can he do?
You want me to speak?
We're not pointing you yet.
He gets on base.
We are card counters at the blackjack table. We're gonna turn the odds on the casino. I'm heading in. Text me the play-by-play.
Wait, what?
Don't watch the games.
Billy Beane has tried to reinvent a system that's been working for years. It was a nice theory, it's just not working out.
How long is Billy Beane gonna last?
He's proven himself right out of the job.
Their minds are studying the game, starting the way that they do things.
Hey Daddy, do you think you'll lose your job?
What? Where'd you hear that?
Well, I go on the internet sometimes.
Don't go on the internet. Watch TV or talk to people.
You're discounting what scouts have done for 150 years?
What the hell am I doing? This team will change me. This better work. This better work.
Alright, so that was the trailer. We're gonna go into a music break real quick. And Emily, what do you have to play for us right now?
Well, I'm gonna play The Show. The song is called The Show by Lenka. I don't know if that's how you say it. Did I say that right? Okay. Well, yeah, the little girl sings it in the movie. So here we are. And we're back. That was the show by Lenka. And in the movie Moneyball, the protagonist, Billy Bean, his daughter sings that to him twice. That was very touching.
In fact, at the end of the song, instead of saying, "I want my money back," she says, "You're such a loser, Dad."
Which was kind of rude.
It really was. I was offended, even though she wasn't talking about me.
Well, yeah, she seemed like a really sweet little girl, and then that just came out of nowhere. Damn. You're such a loser.
I don't know if that was meant to be offensive, though.
No,
You're
I
like,
think she was being teasing, but it didn't seem like it. Anyways, it was a really good movie, and even though I hate sports movies, I really enjoyed this movie.
I'm not a big sports movie fan myself, actually.
But that's what we're going to talk about, is sports movies.
Yay!
We don't know what we're talking about.
But you should listen anyways.
So what are some of your favorite sports movies?
Well, I don't know if you can help the Sandlot. I really like the Sandlot.
It's all about baseball.
I don't know. I kind of just have to do it. I don't know. That's a good movie. It's also Rookie of the Year, which may have only been good because I've been working with children for like 12 hours. A lot. And I was really tired and they were all sleeping and I was just happy they were asleep. But it was a pretty good movie, I thought. But it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Who's in it?
Um,
Sorry, I didn't know you weren't prepared for that question.
Why do you have like your movie?
Well, I mean, I've only seen maybe 5 or less than 5 sports movies. Like half of Hoosiers, because my family started watching it and I went off to do something more interesting, which is what I usually do in my family picks out the movie. But, I mean, I like Remember the Titans. Who doesn't? I mean, well, it's probably a little sentimental now. But, I mean, everybody really loved it when it came out.
Yeah, I think I saw it too many times and so I was just like,
Yeah, I really
done with this.
want to call it. I guess I'm super sensitive. But, oh, I found a fun fact about that movie. Is that the original script had a lot more profanity.
Really?
But then Disney bought the rights, and they rewrote it because it's Disney.
Well, Rookie of the Year. It had Thomas Ian Nicholas and Bruce Lee.
I don't know who any of those people
Yeah,
are.
they're really a bunch of no names.
Is this a nobody movie?
I mean, it didn't even get that good ranking anywhere. Which is
Why
why
are
I
we
think,
talking about it? I'm totally kidding.
which is why I think that the fact that it was 4 in the morning is why I thought it was a good movie. But it was actually, I mean, it was a childish movie. So you hear an old person. I like kid movies. It was like this kid named Henry was 12 years old, and he couldn't catch or something like that. And he went to catch a baseball because they were making fun of him. He tripped and he broke his arm. And then when he went and got it fixed, the muscles or the tendons healed too tightly, and so he could launch the ball at over 100 miles an hour.
So this is
when
like
he pitched.
movie phenomenon.
Sure, I didn't see that. But so what team? The Chicago Cubs drafted him.
Is this a true story?
No, I don't think so.
Then why'd they put a real team in there? Is that a real team?
Yes.
Okay.
Emily doesn't know what she's talking about.
I really don't.
Yeah. So he was on Chicago to Cubs, and then he broke his arm again, and he couldn't pitch
How
anymore.
convenient.
And they got rid of him. I'm pretty sure it was not a true story. If it was, that's just ridiculous.
It sounds really funny.
It was pretty funny. It was a good little kid movie.
Never liked sports movies. What was that one movie? That was with Lindsay Lohan and she played football. Life Size. I loved that movie. And I was so angry at the end because they don't win their football game. And I was like, what kind of crap movie is this? I mean, you always are supposed to win your last game in the movie. And they didn't. What?
Nothing.
What's another good sports movie?
Field of Dreams. That's one that a lot of people have seen. I actually haven't seen it.
I haven't either. It sounds stupid. Who's in it? Kevin Costner? We've talked about him before, but nobody was listening.
Kevin Costner and James Earl Jones.
Mufasa.
We may randomly quote movies in here.
It's just a possibility. You.
What? Alright, sports movies.
Radio. That's a good one. Have you seen Radio?
I have not seen Radio.
It's sad.
I've heard it's sad, and I just know whenever we play this game called the Game of Things back home, and they always use that movie to write on. Everyone makes fun of them, like, you shouldn't use that movie, it's horrible.
Why not? Why is that movie not valid? Just because... Whatever, you're not even listening to me.
I am totally listening. Alright, well, that argument's not valid. Why? What
I mean, why can't you use that movie in the game?
No, you couldn't use it to write on because it was a horrible... It was just dumb. I mean, you could, but it would just laugh at you. It's irrelevant, forget it.
Okay, you want to talk about the movie we saw?
Yes, we saw
Moneyball, which was really good.
based on a book and a true story at the same time.
Yeah, I was coming into this movie and I was like, this is going to be so boring, even though it got good reviews.
And she was the one who wanted to go see it?
Yeah, I just wanted to see it because it had good reviews, and I was thinking I have to slog through it and, you know, try to pay attention as best I could and all that. Because it was about baseball, and you know, all I know about baseball is what I learned from the game Mario Baseball.
Which is basically nothing.
Hey, I learned what... Wait. Never mind. I think that's a football term. What's it called when you like don't hit the ball properly?
Haha. Alright.
Hey, sorry about that.
Yeah. Alright. So that explains so much. Wow. Alright. So we are talking about Moneyball, which is the movie that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
It had
Brad Pitt.
And
Jonah Hill.
And
And Philip Seymour Hoffman, which I did not recognize him like the whole time. I was like, who is that guy? That fat guy. But it was Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was really good. And Robin Wright. In a very small part. She was very underused. Oh, and who's that other guy? Quick, who's that guy? He played one of the baseball players. He's the guy from Parks and Recreation.
I didn't watch that show. Who do you play?
The dumb guy.
Who is the dumb guy?
He's the dumb guy who, like, shines the shoes, and he's really stupid. And he likes that one girl. I don't watch him really either. I've watched, like, 2 episodes.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, he was
the
guy with the guy they go to his house. And he has a daughter.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Him.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. He was in it,
He
too.
does look like he would be dumb.
I know.
Or mean, I'm sorry. We apologize for that joke.
Well, I don't know. Brad Pitt was really good. Really charismatic at playing the true life Billy Bean. I've heard he's charismatic as well. Very confident. Wouldn't that be cool to have Brad Pitt play you if you were a man?
I am a man. For one.
Wouldn't you be very flattered if Brad Pitt played you in a movie?
I don't know what the movie is about, because my life is kind of boring.
Well, you never know. It could be more interesting. You're only 20. That was a question for...
Soon to be 21.
Hey. Yeah, this one reviewer said, Pitt provides ballast and a swaggering humor to a movie that too often strives to be the social network of baseball movies. Which I never saw Social Network.
I didn't either. What does that mean, the social network of baseball movies?
Well, you know, the Social Network was about something kind of technical, you know, website building and all that. But they managed to tell the human element behind it. And I think they tried to do the same with this movie.
All right.
Because
I
I
can see
was
that.
never once really lost in all the statistics, and it remained interesting despite being about numbers and baseball. Two of my least favorite things.
There were actually, I don't feel like there were a lot of numbers in this movie.
Well, there were a lot of number montages. Like, across the computer
that's
screen,
true.
there'd be spreadsheets everywhere.
Yeah, I did see that.
But the movie was great. It was about a guy trying to change the whole baseball paradigm. And of course, all the
And he did.
people were trying to do it the old way. Hey, that's a spoiler.
Okay, I'm pretty sure most people knew that he was going to.
Well, to some extent, he did.
Stop coughing.
Didn't. What was I talking about?
I have no idea. Alright then, let's just move on. What else about the movie? Alright, it was based on a book, I guess.
Based on a true story.
Yes. And the book is interesting. It was written by Michael Lewis, and it wasn't actually a book like you go read it for the story. It was more
Like
of
a novel.
Yeah. It was, well, I mean, it was still kind of a novel, I guess. Anyways. Never forget that statement. It was a book. It was a book about,
It was a nonfiction book.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
It was a book, it was just a book, and it just had, like, statistics and numbers in it, and it wasn't really a novel. So it's really interesting that they could take that book and then make it into a movie that they did.
Instead of making a documentary or something like you normally would about true life events, they made it into a dramatization. They made a story arc out of it, which was interesting. And it ends really ambiguously. Kind of
Not really.
does. Not ambiguous, but ambiguous feeling. Like, it's not really happy or sad at the end.
Yeah,
It
I guess you
just
can say that.
is.
Yeah.
It was very touching. And Jonah Hill was really good in it, I thought.
Yeah. I heard he lost a lot of weight since that movie.
Yeah, like 40 pounds.
It's ridiculous. That's a lot.
It is.
He looks a lot different now. I saw a picture.
Mm-hmm. But he was good in the movie. He was funny-ish. Like, he's not supposed to be intentionally funny like in most of his movies. Like, super bad.
Yeah.
But he and Brad Pitt were really good together, which is kind of an unusual pairing.
Yeah.
They're kind of the odd couple of the movie. Some people have called it a buddy comedy, which I don't think it really was.
No. I don't really think it was much of a comedy at all.
There were comedic moments.
Which was weird because when I was watching when watching the preview and that y'all heard earlier, it sounds very comedic just from the preview, but like because the music in the background and they have a joke like every couple lines. But the movie actually was not a very comedic movie. It was, it was just a story. And sure, there were some comedic aspects to it, but it wasn't all comedic.
Yep. Well,
Interesting fact about Peter Brand was the character that Jonah Hill played. His original, his real name, the real character is named Paul de Podesta, I think. That's how you pronounce that. But De Podesta did not like how his character was portrayed on.
It's like
set.
the opposite of having Brad Pitt portray you as having Jonah Hill portray you.
Right. So he didn't like that, and so he wouldn't let
That's
them
really
use.
mean of me.
He wouldn't let them use his name in the. Oh, well, even at the time, it wasn't Jonah Hill who was cast as him.
Oh yeah, Dimitri Martin was gonna play him.
Yes, and then they changed
And
it.
he's a relatively attractive young man. Shelby agrees.
All right. and so, he wouldn't let them use the name, and then they switched it all, and then Jonah Hill was cast. as Peter Brand, not Paul
DePodesta.
DePodesta.
Interesting. I wouldn't turn up the opportunity to have my name in a movie. I don't think, unless there was nothing bad about him in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Oh, I think he didn't like how they portrayed him as like a total nerd, like economics.
Oh no.
How do you say that? Statistician, someone who studies statistics.
Statistician.
What?
Statistician?
Is it statistician?
Let's go with statistician.
Statistician.
It's not that important.
It's okay.
So yeah.
So yeah, there's that. And Philip Seymour Hoffman was really good as Art Howe. You don't call them coaches on baseball teams, do you?
Yes.
You do? Oh, what do I know about anything?
Nothing.
Well,
for those of you who also, I don't know if we said this earlier, but Brad Pitt played the general manager of the team, not the coach. Just so that we're clear on that.
so he did the hiring and firing.
Yes.
What were some of the best scenes where he was trading players really fast? It's very interesting.
Yes. I like the one when he was on the phone in his office with Jonah Hill in there.
Yeah, they had
good
good
scenes.
timing.
They did.
They did. You know, he and the coach, the whole movie, Brad Pitt and Philip Seymour Hoffman, the whole time they were just butting heads because the coach didn't understand his tactic of hiring players on the basis of
Yeah.
what was his plan?
He
Be on
wanted
base.
he wanted to get onto base, and that was the only
Instead
reason
of
he would
hiring
pick
them by
someone.
their star power if they had an attractive girlfriend, as you might have heard in the...
Right. And then, so the coach didn't agree with that. As you heard, the Scott Hatterberg character, played by Chris Pratt, he was a catcher, but he threw out his arm, and so he couldn't throw that far anymore. And so he had to learn how to play first base, which is apparently really hard. And so the coach refused to let him play on first base, and so that guy was just in the team and not playing, and so
So Brad Pitt's plan was not working.
Right, so he had to come up with a new plan to...
So he starts
force that.
firing...
Well, I wasn't going to say that, because that's kind of...
Oh, never mind. He doesn't fire anybody.
spoiler. Since you ruined it.
I'm
He
sorry.
started firing all the people who were kind of in his way, I guess. He traded them off to other teams.
But why didn't he just... I think he should have sat down the coach and told him what he was going to do, because it seemed like he never really was communicating with him well. That's just my take.
I feel like the coach wouldn't sit down and listen to him.
Probably not. He was very grumpy.
Yes. He was an old man, too. He's a grumpy old man.
With crazy eyebrows. His eyebrows were huge. You should go see it just for Philip Seymour Hoffman, because he's brilliant. Anyways. I'm going to go to a music break.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to a music break, and then when we come back, we will continue talking about the movie.
We are
and
going to... Oh, sorry.
talk about the directors and the writers and the cast. And then we have a special list coming up. We have a list
stay tuned for our list.
We have a list every week by me. So stay tuned for that list.
This is Your Hand in Mine by Explosions in the Sky from Friday Night Lights. That's why I chose it. Another sports movie. Here we go. That was Explosions in the Sky. And yeah, I apologize for the length. I'm kind of stupid. I didn't know that all Explosions in the Sky songs were that long.
She means she didn't check to see how long the song was before she decided to play it.
I just didn't realize their songs were that long. I've never heard them before. Apparently they're popular. They're from Texas.
Good to know.
Texas is awesome.
It is.
So,
Right.
Moneyball, that's what we're discussing today if you are just now joining us, which I highly doubt you are.
If you randomly switch to the internet and randomly went to blogs.oc.edu/Eagle Broadcasting, just listen now, and then clicked on us, and then it doesn't matter if it was too fast, and found us, then congratulations, you
don't get anything. Hey, we are going to have a contest next week for on-campus listeners.
Yes. Sorry for those of you who are off campus, which is most of you.
We love you. If we're supposed to. If I know you.
Yeah. If there's some creeper listening to the station, that's just kind of weird. I don't know how they found it. You have to go looking to find this.
Yep. We appreciate everybody listening.
We do.
Very,
We really
very,
do.
very much. Sorry for us being retarded, but we'll try to do better in the future. What are you doing? Sit back down.
I'm checking.
Okay, we're talking about Moneyball, which
Yes.
was such a great movie. Had a
was.
lot of good themes. You know, people being undervalued. The most heartbreaking thing in the movie was Billy Bean's character. He had all the makings of a baseball star, they told him. And it just didn't work out for him, which I can totally relate. There's been so many times I don't get stuff that I think I'm prepared for.
Yeah, you get some nice backstory of Billy Bean intertwined with the story that is about him being general manager of the A's.
Very sad. He's like the opposite of Brad Pitt. Undervalued. Brad Pitt is definitely not undervalued.
Yes.
Yes. That is called acting. So the director of this movie was, who was it? Bennett Miller. He hasn't directed much. His IMDb page is kind of
Small.
scarce. That's not a word. Empty. He's directed the
Small
film.
is a word.
I know. No, I'm saying I said scarce, and it's a word. Doesn't apply here though. Sorry,
Alright.
I'm just misspeaking all over the place.
All right.
He directed Capote, which I have not seen, neither has Daniel. But it's about
I've never even heard of it, honestly.
Truman Capote.
Who I also
the
have not heard
author.
of.
I can't believe you've never heard of Truman Capote, writer of In Cold Blood. Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman was in that. He played Capote. Had a ridiculous high Elizabeth Taylor voice. Yeah, and he's only directed that and a documentary. I wonder why they chose him for this movie.
Maybe because he's a no-name. And I thought the movie wouldn't do too well.
I don't know. With
Or-
Brad Pitt behind it? He
True,
produced
true.
it. He has a producer credit. It's pretty much his child. He has so many.
Speaking of children, that makes me laugh.
From last week.
Yes.
Yeah, the movie has Brad Pitt written all over it.
Yes.
And the writers?
The writers were Aaron Sorkin and Steven Zalian.
And they are famous from the movie The Social Network.
Just one of them.
Oh, really? Just one?
Yes, it wasn't both of them.
Oh.
Someone didn't do their research.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. La-di-da.
No, Aaron Sorkin did The Social Network.
Okay.
And
I can kind of get that vibe from the writing. Like, everybody talks like people in real life talk. That's why I loved the realistic dialogue. Like when Billy Bean, the main character, comes into his ex-wife's house, that awkward moment when they were all just small talking.
yeah.
And it was just incredibly awkward. Just like all small talk is with people you're kind of uncomfortable with.
And then Steven Zalian seems to be more known, I guess, if you pay attention to director. He did Schindler's List,
Oh yeah.
Mission Impossible,
The fourth one's coming out.
Hannibal, All the King's Men, and he wrote The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is coming out later
He wrote
this
the
year.
book or the screenplay?
Screenplay.
For the American one?
Yes, one's coming out this year.
Okay, that one looks intriguing.
It does look intriguing. There's actually a preview for it before
Yeah, we saw it.
Moneyball.
Yep. Schindler's List was really good.
I didn't see that.
You haven't seen... My dad made me watch it. He said,
I've
Emily,
seen parts
everybody
of it.
should see this movie, especially when you turn 18. You're old enough to watch it now. Very graphic. Very, very graphic. Anyways.
That's all I have on them.
Well,
don't know.
they did a good job.
They did. It was a very good, very well scripted. What was the first movie we saw? We saw One Day for the first movie, and I thought the movie was not well scripted for that one.
How so?
We're not going to discuss that because that's not the movie we're talking
Why
about.
not?
I discussed it then.
Nobody heard.
That's okay. I don't remember what I said.
You don't remember your opinions on the writing?
It's been like 3 weeks since then. I've seen like 18 different movies between now and then.
No, you haven't. Liar.
If you can,
You've
okay.
seen like 4.
4, and
And a lot of episodes of Community.
a lot of episodes of Battlestar Galactica,
And Battlestar Galactica.
and NCIS, LA.
How much TV do you watch?
What do you think I do in my apartment?
Not homework.
Nope.
Nope. Well, I didn't like One Day, but whatever. Yeah, all the movies that we've seen are based on novels. Is the music still playing? Did you turn on the music?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I left it playing.
My theory on that is that there's nothing else to do movies over besides remakes, books, and comics.
Yeah, not a lot of original scripting going on. Just
There's not anything else to do. I mean, everything's been done.
There is. I'm just thinking the big studios don't want to risk it. Probably.
It seems like everything's been done.
People have been saying that for a while, though.
Yes. And there's been movies about books and comics and remakes for a while now.
Mhm. It's all about marketing, and especially if you can get your movie in McDonald's toy format, that is guaranteed that your movie is going to be made. That's why they made the Smurfs. I mean, seriously, who thought that was a good idea? The people making the toys for McDonald's.
I did not know that. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a big indicator if your movie's going to get made. But you should definitely go see Moneyball, especially if you're a baseball fan.
Even if you're not a baseball fan, go see it.
Because I'm definitely not, and
I'm not
adored
either.
it. That last shot, beautiful. I thought.
Emily's crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Debatable.
Are we gonna go to another song, or do you have something else to say?
What do you have on the screenwriters and the director?
Nothing.
Really?
Really? Yeah, there was really nothing about this guy, the Bennett Miller guy.
Yeah, there really wasn't much about Zalen and Sorkin either.
Relative newcomers, except for Zalian, who wrote on Schindler's List, which has been an established classic for a good 10 years or so.
It's interesting. He only wrote one Mission Impossible.
Which one? The first one?
The first one. He didn't write 2 or 3.
I haven't seen 2 or 3.
Me neither.
I didn't understand the
seen one,
first one.
actually.
I was like in 8th grade and I did not get what was happening. You haven't seen Mission Impossible?
No.
There's so many things you haven't seen.
Yes. This has been established.
I know. Well, I can't talk. So, any good movies coming out soon that you're
Well,
looking forward to?
Soon? I don't know.
Soonish?
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo looks pretty interesting. 50-50 looks good.
It got 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's falling.
Yeah. What was the one that he was in with the bike?
Oh, that one looks so scary. I forget what it's called.
Looked interesting. Abduction. I want to see that one definitely. That was a joke for all of you. Ha ha ha. Everybody laugh. It looks awful. What was the rating on that? Like 2?
3.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3%. I gave it less credit than it deserved.
Don't soil its name. 3%.
That's just sad, people. If a movie gets only 3%, I don't. All I have is That's all there is to say about that.
Hey, it has Taylor Lautner. Don't you?
That makes it
him?
even more. I hate him.
I don't think he's.
You know, I didn't realize he was Shark Boy and Lava Girl for a while.
You didn't?
No.
Well, I've never seen that, but I've heard everybody saying that. So he's gonna be in the upcoming Twilight movie. Yay! we should go see it.
No.
For the show.
Twilight?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I have
no.
a lot I can say about that. I've read all the books. And I sold them back. Yeah, okay, true story. I bought that book the midnight release of Breaking Dawn. I bought it.
None of you can see this,
Peer
but I'm using my
pressure.
judging face on her, so I'm judging her.
Hey, I was peer pressured into it.
Don't give in to peer pressure. Problem solved.
Okay, the excitement of the night. Everybody was so excited. And I read the book and I did not realize how awful it was until like 2 seconds after I stopped reading. And I was like, what did I just read?
Did you read all of them?
Yes.
You bought them all on the same night?
No, I bought the 4th one. But I owned like the 1st and 2nd.
And you didn't realize those were awful?
The first one is not too bad. But then they get steadily worse. And I was getting tired of them. And then everybody was so excited for the 4th one, I bought it. And it was terrible. And I regret everything.
Good. At least you regret it, and you know that you'll never get the some odd hours of your life back
I
from
know.
reading those books.
Well, they were kind of entertaining, and now I know what everybody's talking about.
I'm
I would have
perfectly
felt bad
fine.
if I was judging it without having read it.
I don't feel bad.
Well, now it's an established fact that everybody hates it, but I started reading them before they were popular. I'm the book hipster.
Oh. All right. So I think we should do this list,
Oh, yes, the list.
and then we'll go on
I'm
to
so
our
excited.
last song. The list this week. Top 5 best Brad Pitt performances. Number 5, 1999 Fight Club.
We talk about this movie every week.
Do we? The first week too?
Maybe.
I know we did last week.
We definitely did last week. If you haven't seen Fight Club, you're behind the times. Go out and watch it right
Guess who hasn't seen
now.
it?
You.
This guy.
It's not on Netflix. No, that's the only reason.
Which is why I'm not
Daniel's
going to
never
see
seen
it.
Okay, movie night, Blockbuster, still in business in Edmond.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes.
Do it. I'll watch it if you plan that.
It's happening.
Number 4, 2011's The Tree of Life.
Which I've heard is a good movie. You know, I've heard that Brad Pitt might lose out of the Oscar to himself for this movie because Tree of Life was so good and his performance was amazing in it.
Okay, so he'd lose out the Moneyball.
Yeah, the Moneyball Oscar for this
Him.
one.
Okay, I got it. Number 3, we aren't sure if we're allowed to say this, but 2009's Inglourious Bastards.
It's so good.
Yes.
Oh, it's good?
I like it.
The parts
Those
that I
we
saw
don't
that I saw I did not like.
Really?
that's
It's
okay.
on Netflix. I should watch it.
Number 2, 2008's Burn After Reading.
Really?
Yes.
That's a good movie?
It's number 2.
Or maybe his performance was
His
just
performance was good.
Because is that on Netflix too? Because I want to say it is. What's number 1?
Number 1, 2000's Snatch.
Never heard of it.
Me neither.
Sounds kind of questionable. But I love Brad Pitt. Actually, I've only just started liking him because he was really big back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean like my elementary school years. He was like the ultimate heartthrob. But I think he really deserves an Oscar for his work here. And he's been nominated 3 times. He hasn't been chosen because, I'm quoting somebody, but they said they always make the Adonises wait to get their Oscar. So maybe when he's a little bit older, he's getting up there, he will get what he deserves, which is an Oscar. And we got one more song for you before we give our final rating for the movie Moneyball. It's Never. I chose it because it's on the movie Hot Rod.
Which I still don't think is a sports movie,
It's
but apparently
sports.
it is.
Extreme sports. Here we go. Sorry, Spotify is playing a commercial.
Yeah. So, shortly.
My apologies.
Want to listen to new and iconic indie artists?
Hey, everybody. You weren't at the mic, so I just thought I'd go with it.
All right. So we do ratings and we rate the movies. Previously we've been doing stars, but Emily thought it would be a great idea. Excuse me, drink some water. I get the hiccup
You
after I
get
drink.
indigestion from
No,
water.
no, I hiccup after I drink or eat anything. So,
Okay.
fun fact. Emily's idea would be for us to use a different form of rating every week instead of just stars. And
Stars are boring.
yeah, everyone uses stars. So,
Or thumbs.
or yeah, or thumbs, or I don't know what else they use. Hands.
Don't say anything unless you're going to complete your sentence.
Okay. You obviously don't know me
Hands?
very well.
Mm-mm.
They just use like a bar maybe. Percentages.
A bar?
Yeah, like they have a bar and they just like fill it up.
Like cell phone service?
Yeah.
Like cell phone service.
Anyways, so I thought it'd be a fun idea to use something from our show, like something we talk about in the show every week. And so this week, our ratings are based on drum roll.
We should have a sound bite of a drum roll.
We'll work on that.
Daniel's drum rolling with his fingers on the counter. It's eyebrows. Philip Seymour Hoffman's eyebrows. If you had tuned in earlier, we were talking about them. They were monstrous. They were beautiful. I'd never seen such thick, luxurious eyebrows. But that's what our rating system's gonna be based on. So, out of 5 eyebrows, what would you give this movie? Do you want to say it, or are we not?
I don't know.
Saying
Okay, I would give it a 4. 4 eyebrows.
4 eyebrows out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give it 5 eyebrows out of 5.
So 4.5 it is.
4.5.
The Critics Corner eyebrow rating for the week of Moneyball is 4.5 eyebrows.
Or eyebrows. I'm still not thinking
Okay,
right.
is that like 4 eyebrows and half an eyebrow, or like?
Yeah, like somebody shaved off half his
All right.
eyebrow.
All
What a
right.
terrible thing
Or
to
is it,
do.
or is it eyebrows apostrophe, like like multiple eyebrows? So 2 eyebrows
Eyebrows don't
is
own
1.
anything. You only use apostrophe in the possessive sense. Shelby, you need a mic, and we can get you on this show.
No, like.
Shelby's here. She just called Daniel retarded.
Well, okay. So, like, is it like 1 eyebrows?
It's just one eyebrow.
It's just one eyebrow. We're not
So
doing
there's-
pairs of eyebrows.
We actually talked about this in my grammar class today.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Is it like 1 would be 2 eyebrows?
No.
No, 1 would be 1 eyebrow.
All right then.
When I refer to my eyebrows, I use it in the plural sense.
We're talking about his eyebrows specifically, both of them.
No, we're talking about 1. 4.5 of Philip Seymour Hoffman's eyebrows, once and for all, now and forever.
All right.
Amen. So you should definitely see. I say this to everybody I interact with. You should see Moneyball.
Which is nobody.
Not true. I've said it to like 3 people that they should go see Moneyball because I just can't shut up about this movie. I can't stop thinking about it. It was that good. Go see it. But Daniel's not as enamored as I am.
I say go see it.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, I'm not obsessed with it. I don't think it was the god of all movies.
It's
It
not
was
the
good.
god of all movies.
You're acting like it was. What?
Yeah, y'all at home are missing a lot because Shelby's adding an interesting commentary. But maybe she should join us on mic next time.
No.
Yes. So, I've said this a million times, but go see it.
Go see it.
Are we done for this week?
Yes, it's 9:02.
Hey, you should go like the Critics Corner page on Facebook if you haven't.
Yes. Next week we will have a
Contest for people on.
Thank you for interrupting me. We'll have a contest
You
for
don't
people.
talk fast enough.
And then we will also, I wasn't going to say anyways. We will also have a vote, so you can go and vote for what movie you think we should go see
Please
next
go
week.
vote. There's like 7 people who like our page. That should
Yes,
be enough
go
for an
like our
interesting
page.
vote.
So I'm pretty sure if you're listening right now, you like our page because
Why wouldn't you?
that's how we pass on the link and everything.
But yeah, we're going to try to get more people listening with a contest, and you could win fabulous prizes, which are probably going to be baked goods.
By Emily, in case you don't
Because
trust
I'm
my
the
cooking.
woman of this thing, so yes, I have to do all the baking, but it'll be good. Keep listening. Go to the movies. And that's all we have for you this week. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes. And be sure to join us next week, same time, same place.
Bye.
12 people like it.